Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today for this presentation. If you're wondering about whether taking the time to view this presentation is worth it today, well, let me just say that if your school facilities are badly in need of renovations to systems and infrastructure, and there's no funds available for it, then this presentation is for you, because we're going to show you how to solve that. And if your failing systems and infrastructure are contributing to student and staff health and safety risks, like many are, and you have no money to pay for correcting this, then this presentation is for you, because we're going to show you how to resolve that. And finally, if you want to find a way to install needed energy efficient upgrades to your failing systems in your schools to improve the health and safety for those learning, teaching, and working in them, without requiring even $1 of precious capital, then this presentation is definitely for you, because we're going to show you how to do that. And even more so, we're going to show you how to do that and significantly reduce your current expense budget for years to come. Hi again, everyone. My name is Mike Erickson, and I am the Director of Business Development and Finance for Onsite Utility Services Capital. Today, we're going to introduce you to an exciting program we call Energy Savings as a Service, which is designed to make energy efficiency and facility optimization easy. Let's start at the beginning. What is Energy Savings as a Service? Maybe you're not familiar with it, or you're saying to yourself you're not familiar with that. Let me explain it maybe this way. You're probably way too familiar with it, familiar enough that you don't even think about it. Consider how you take electricity, gas, and even water at your school right now. You take electricity as a service, EAAS. You take gas as a service, GAAS, even water, WAAS. You take all of these as a service because it works for you. Why? Because you don't have to pay for any of this stuff to get what you want. That's the electricity, the raw electricity, the natural gas delivered to your doorstep, as well as water. You don't want to pay for the power plants. You don't want to buy the substations and transformers and transmission lines or pumping stations for water. You don't want any of that, because it works for you. You just want the electricity, and you want the gas, and you want the water delivered to your doorstep. And you pay for that. Kilowatt hours in electricity, cubic feet in gas, gallons in water. It's paid for out of your service bill. Here's something you probably are very familiar with as well. In order to turn that electricity into light that you need in your buildings, or to turn that gas into fire boilers, to heat water, to provide ventilated air for your comfort, for productivity, and the best learning and teaching environment. What you're really doing then is having to buy these mini power plants for your on-site conversion, to convert that raw electricity, that raw gas, into what you truly, truly need. Lumens, to light the places that you need to work and to learn. And of course, gas and electric to power these systems to provide what you want for comfort inside your buildings. But you've traditionally always paid for it. It's inherent. Problem with all of this is that it increases the cost of ownership, because this stuff wears out. And as it wears out, you pay more for maintenance. It costs more in energy because it's efficient. Energy prices keep rising, so your expenses go up. And to replace it becomes harder and harder. Capital you used initially to purchase all of it, you're like everybody else. We want the things that we buy to last forever because we don't want to buy them again. But you have to, and you get caught up in this cycle. So you continue to buy these mini power plants inside your building to provide you what you only really need. So these costs get deferred, and they only get more expensive down the road. What happens with all of that, with the rising expenses, energy goes up probably 3.5% per year on average, more so, on the coasts where you are. And deferred maintenance creates more expense down the road. You're putting more and more Band-Aid repairs into that. And as expenses rise, money to pay for the things that you want to pay for become less available. These increasing expenses really rob you of the money needed to make certain improvements on infrastructure, if you will, on traditional way of purchasing them. And especially for the things what your core resource is that's to teach. So you eliminate some of the professional instructional resources that you typically would want to pay for. Let me give you some statistics that I found in researching for this presentation. Do you know that 53% of the public schools across this country need to make investments to repair and renovate and modernize their infrastructure systems? And that's just to be considered in good condition. States would like to provide some more, but they lack the data to know exactly where to put it and what to budget for. So it's scarce. Here's a couple other factors. 24% of the public schools across this country are in poor condition, and they don't have the funds to even become good. 40% of these schools don't even have a plan. It's not there. They face the tight budgets. American Society of Civil Engineers claims that the lack of funds is seriously contributing and accelerating all of the deterioration of your infrastructure systems. And that deferred maintenance, because you can't find the capital to pay for new stuff, is costing you more and more along the way and in the long term. Let's take a look a little closer to home. What about New Jersey? On average, I found out that your school buildings are 50 years old. They're 4 times more densely populated than office buildings are. These conditions are rapidly and accelerating the deterioration of all of your infrastructure systems. They waste energy as they go along the way. Read this last sentence. I was shocked at it. Maybe you are too, and maybe you even know this, that Healthy Schools Now says that 20% of the schools in New Jersey report conditions that are severely hazardous. The last line, imminent peril to health and safety of students and staff. So I know you'd like to change that. And maybe you've been trying to. But again, there is the lack of capital that has been stymieing schools across the country, not just in New Jersey. And it just begs the question, so where does this money come from to resolve all of these issues that are on top of everybody's mind as something that needs to be done? Okay, so let's get to the statement that I made earlier that we're going to show you how to do this. What if I told you you already have that money? You could already do all of this, or at least a good portion of it, or at least even get started on the right track. All you have to do is understand where you can do that from. And we're going to help you discover how to do that through energy savings as a service. And here's where we can start. Most of you can understand that this is an operating statement, part of some financial statements that you all have, that your finance departments always keep track of. The answer lies somewhere in here. I'm wondering if you can basically see where this is. It's in there. I'm going to show it. Take a look at these 2 line items because they are incredibly important in understanding how you can use money you already spend, money that you budget for every year, line items that continue to go up every single year. It's utilities and it's repairs and maintenance, the portion that's related to the infrastructure systems that go on your operating statement. These line items are still, and especially utilities and energy, still one of the highest line item expenses that you have and will continue to have unless you do something about it. Well, you can. We've put together a program called Energy Savings as a Service that will help you immediately install state-of-the-art upgrades that requires absolutely no investment and will provide you the opportunity of incurring no new debt. It will reduce energy consumption immediately, so you will pay less than you currently spend. And because this is a service, little AAS, as a service, it includes maintenance over the service term. So the line item for expenses towards repairs and maintenance is a thing of the past. This is a program called as a service. So as I said, you incur no new debt. This will continue to be treated as an off-balance sheet expense. It's an expense. A service is an expense. For those of you looking to protect your credit ratings, bond ratings. This is a good solution for that, while you accomplish all of the above. In addition, this program provides you guaranteed technology performance. We guarantee that that equipment will perform to manufacturer specifications through the entire term of the agreement. And lastly, we're all looking to help contribute to carbon reduction. You can significantly reduce your carbon footprint by installing measures that will do just that. Now, let me tell you how this works. How do you do this for nothing and have it paid for with something you already are? Well, let's take a look at how this works. The bar on the left represents what you're currently paying for, and this happens to be representation of a high school. This is the $87,908 is what they were paying for operating their lighting systems and their maintenance on an annual basis. This is just for lighting. With Energy Savings as a Service, we invested in the equipment for them and installed it for them and maintain it for them. And immediately upon installing that equipment, their energy bills and maintenance payments dropped to $43,579. It's a savings of over $44,000. Where does that go? Now you have $44,000 in your budget to pay $34,316 in that middle bar chart for the service of providing you light. And of that $44,000, $10,000 is yours to keep. You don't have to pay the utility that. That's yours to keep forever. Because after the service term, that bar chart on the right shows you that when the service payments drop off, because what we do is we transfer the title of the equipment to you at the end of the term. So you get 100% of the savings. So in 5 years, when this lighting equipment has at least two to 5 more years of life expectancy, you're getting $46,000 in future savings. Your energy bill will have dropped from $88,000 down to $48,000 in 5 years. And you keep that energy savings. That's how you do it. That's how it's done. It's already in the budget. And what we do in order to ensure that those savings are there is we provide you with the new energy efficient equipment after we do an on-site audit. We audit the current energy expenses, your operating expenses, and provide you with a proposal that validates and verifies that Energy Savings as a Service will cost you less than the savings amount that you will get. Cash flow positive from day one. It includes maintenance throughout the term. All this with not a single dollar of capital up front, no debt. Cash flow positive from day one. If you're spending $10,000 a month today in energy costs after these installations, and you're spending $3,000, cuts it to $3,000, there's money there to pay for the service agreement and put some back in your pocket. It's as simple as that. So in the end, you can change the way you do things. You don't have to pay for any of this on-site equipment, any of these little power plants that try to get you what you need. We install it and we maintain it. It's all state-of-the-art energy efficiency technologies to upgrade and retrofit many of the things that you use right now: lighting, HVAC, electrical and mechanical systems, things that improve the performance of the electricity that's even coming into your building, guaranteeing you even a 8 to 10% reduction on your overall energy expense. There are many things that we can do under Energy Savings as a Service. And at the end, everything that you buy, light, lumens, BTUs, are all charged to you less under a service as you would in paying a higher price with the utility. It's the total solution. It solves the no budget, no capital, especially in times that we're going through now with capital budgets being slashed, with finance people looking for ways to reduce expenses. Once you look at it closely, you'll find that you can execute these energy efficiency measures with money that you're already spending. There's no debt. There's no credit impact. It's a service. It can be used and treated as an off-balance sheet event. And it's a total turnkey solution. You don't need to buy equipment anymore. We invest in it, we install it, we service it through the life of the energy services agreement. All you pay for is what you want. that ends a program or the presentation today. We're Onsite Utility Services Capital. We provide you easy ways to upgrade all of your infrastructure systems that improve the performance of them, improve the environment you live and work and teach in, and reduces expenses immediately. I could now take some questions for you, but if you would like to provide us some questions, you can address those to oussupport@ouscapital.com, and we will get back to you with answers and discussion just as soon as we can. I want to thank you again today for joining us. I hope you walked away from this with some exciting opportunities that can help your schools in your situations. Just give us a call. Thank you.